Hello and welcome to What's Up WE. On this episode, I'm going to be talking about how players have to contend with injuries and loss of form. It's become very difficult for players to play the quantum of cricket that they play today, and injuries and form are definitely going to be part and parcel of any sports person's career. Besides the injuries and the lack of form that they run into at times, they also have to contend with some strange decisions of the selectors. Let's take the case of Jemimah Rodriguez. She was dropped, she was treated indifferently, and then that obviously would have dented her confidence. And then she came back in the team, then she had an injury, and again she had to work towards getting back to playing, which was obviously an enormous task for any sports person. But Jemimah Rodriguez in the opening game of the Asian Cup was in full flow against Sri Lanka. Her innings was a role model of poise, style, elegance, and absolute artistry. When I first saw Jemimah Rodriguez, all I could see was a human form full of energy and looking to have fun all through the day. And at any point in time, Jem would always be ready to have some fun or share a laugh with her friends. I was first told about Jemimah Rodriguez by Lakshman Suramakrishnan. He had obviously commentated in a domestic game where the little J made an impression on him. He is one for spotting talent, and he remarked to me when I took over charge of the Indian women's team that Jemimah Rodriguez is somebody who will go a long way. Yes, it all looked like that a couple of years ago, or perhaps 3 years ago. She made a debut for India in her mid-teens, and she was frail. She was not really strong. She made rapid progress to ensure that she became stronger. She trained hard, and the results were there for everybody to see. But as she grew along, as the social media activities picked up, and as she became popular, um, a lot of people felt that she was getting distracted by being on the social media platforms for longer than required or far more frequently than it is required for her to be. But that is all absolutely left to the individuals. It's up to them to balance all the activities that they indulge in life, even as they are grappling with retaining their position in the Indian side. Jemimah Rodriguez, as the background of one who's played hockey as well for a straight at the junior level. Now, this will come into a batting at times. That's the reason you would see, like the hockey players, stop the ball and scoop it with great dexterity. She also does that on the cricket field. Obviously, when she plays shots on the leg side, you can see that she's got a very good bottom hand and very artistic at that. She can find the gaps well enough and she can hit it powerfully too. But that is an advantage in one way. On the other hand, what also happens to Jemimah Rodriguez is that at times that particular downswing of the bat, like a hockey stick while scooping, lands her into trouble. However, yesterday she was in full flight and she was just easing the ball through the offside, whether it was piercing the gaps or playing over the infield. She was in great flow and she hardly needed to generate any kind of power because the timing was so good. It was a delight to see. The reason why I have this background is to try and pour into books to see some adjectives to describe the way she batted. Even after going through a lot of books, I could not find the right adjectives because I felt she was really in a different league against Sri Lanka. Our partnership with Harmanpreet Kaur was brilliant, and both of them were almost toying with the Sri Lankan attack, having got together when the team was in a bit of a bother, losing both the openers cheaply. Harmanpreet Kaur is continuing a good form, and if she retains her form, the Indian team will always fancy his chances because she's such a fabulous match winner on her day. And she's won quite a lot of important games for India in the past in all the formats that she's played. Of course, she's not played too many test matches, but if she gets to play more test matches, she'll show what she can do even in a test match, because her basic style of batting or basic intent of hers is to dominate the bowling attack and get the runs quickly enough. So both of them were in good form. It was a pleasure to see them put up a partnership. And as far as Jemimah Rodriguez is concerned, it's always good to see Jem come back into form, because she's not only a good batter, she's also a live wire on the field. She can save useful runs. She can perk up the energy of the entire team. And she's very good at encouraging her teammates. Off the field, she's always one who will keep the team in good spirits. She'll always ensure that everybody has a good time, which is very important too, because in as much as they need to be focused, these girls also need to learn to switch on and switch off. And that is where Jemimah Rodriguez will make a huge contribution. Let's not take that kind of quality in a person lightly, or let's not say that superfluous, and let's not say that will perhaps prove to be a distraction to the others. You need somebody to try and keep the team in good spirits, regardless of what happens on the field, because it's very critical that the players know how to switch on and switch off.